In the previous video, I showed you how to set up your iSCSI block share using the steps, manual steps, as in without the wizard. This time, I will show you how you can configure the iSCSI, iSCSI using wizard, and then I'll show you how you can create the access list for the initiators, followed by the iSCSI share configuration or adding the iSCSI drive on your Windows machine. So let's get started. For those of you who would like to know how to configure iSCSI on your hypervisors, on your servers like XCP-ng, Zen server, or VMware ESXi, you can you can search for my previous video on how to attach the iSCSI drive onto your hypervisors. This video will cover the iSCSI drive, mounting on the Windows systems and how to create the initiator access list. Okay, once you have these services enabled, iSCSI, you can go inside the sharing, click on block shares and click on wizard. And in the wizard, you will have to name as per the RFC. Okay, this is just a name of your block storage device. And then I'm choosing the device instead of file because I have a SSD attached to the TrueNAS server. Okay, this is the SSD that I'm talking about, which is approximately 160 GB. And I'm keeping rest of the thing in default options, for example, the block size and rest of the thing. Next is the portal settings. Create a new portal. Authentication none. None. IP address that you would, okay, we can choose 0000, which means it'll accept the traffic on any IP on port 3260. Initiator, well, this is the place where you have to specify the initiator or leave blank if you would like to allow all the initiator. Authorized network, keep it blank, click on next. iSCSI summary, name, device, and then submit. Let's try to check if this is acceptable there or not. Okay, so now that we have everything configured, you can see here the wizard is doing all the job. Okay, and next I will show you the initiator access list, how you can create them. Well, if you click on the initiator tab here, inside the blockshare iSCSI, you will see the existing entry, click on edit, and then uncheck this. Now that I have to, okay, let me do one thing. Let me just show you how to set up the iSCSI drive or mount the iSCSI drive on your Windows system. and then I'll show you how to create the initiator access list. Search for iSCSI Initiator. By the way, this is Windows Server 2012. And try to connect to your target, which is 192. Try to quick connect. Okay, I can show you in the meantime what I see here. So you can see here there is an entry coming in. So either you can do check and move to this side, or you can do another way as well. Done. So now discovery. Okay, it is discovering the target protocol, target portal. And favorite target also, it is showing up the IQN name, volume. Click on auto configure. It'll show the volume that you have created on your TrueNAS iSCSI block share. This is actually the device, which is DA1, I guess, the SSD that I have. And then inside the configuration, you can change your IQN name, but then make sure you are following the RFC and the naming convention as per the RFC for the IQN. And in my case, this is the IQN name. Let me copy that. Okay, before that, I'll show you now that this is in connected mode and it is discovering the drive. Let's try to mount this. Click on manage. Try to Okay, so inside the server, let me show you one more time. Click on manage on the Windows server, and I'll show you the settings on Windows machine as well, as in Windows 10 and Windows 11. Click on tool, click on computer management, and that's it. Now you can go to your disk management and you should see a new disk, which is this one. Okay, seems like I'll have to initialize this. Okay, so that is more or less the same thing. So as you can see that I have this disk and you will have to initialize it, and seems like it is not showing me the option to initialize. Let me try to figure out the same. And the reason why it is showing as offline, the reason why it is not giving me the option to initialize is because that the disk is showing as offline because of the setting done by the administrator. So I'll change that. So right click on this, not this one, just right click on this, make it online. And now that it is online, before creating the drive letters with the drive letters, please initialize the disk first. And now you should be able to name it. Okay, it might take some time to format the iSCSI block share. And then after that, you should see the share as a locally attached drive on your Windows server. And then the next thing what I'm going to show you is that the same thing can be done on Windows machine. Okay, now that it is showing as healthy, let's try to check our computers. You can see here it is showing as the locally attached device. I can copy paste things there. All right. So now let's get back to our window machine. So this is my Windows 10 client. All right. And then click on iSCSI Initiator. Yes. So now that we have the iSCSI tool on, click on the target, quick connect. At the same time, you can see this again here as well. You can see here. Okay, now we are back to our Windows 10. Login successful done. Discovery done. Auto configure. You can see here the mount. You can see here the disk. Since I have already initialized the disk on my Windows Server 2012, it is showing up properly on my Windows 10 machine as well. I can show you the same thing on my Windows Server again as well, if you are still confused. Okay, I'm minimizing this window. Now we are back to Windows 12. I'll show you the settings here as well. You can see here, since it is already initialized on our Windows Server, so it is showing up properly. You can see here. Let me create something here. Now we'll navigate back to our Windows 10 machine. Might take some time. You can let me create something here. Just make sure that I have the access. So you can see here I'm able to write things onto my disk, and it is properly working on my Windows 10 machine as well as on my Windows server. So now that everything is working fine, let me try to disconnect this. So that I can show you the access list creation on TrueNAS to avoid any other illegal connections from unauthorized initiators. You can change the name by clicking on this. Now I'm not changing it. So yeah, more or less the same. By the way, this is my Windows 10 machine configuration. Okay. Disk is offline now. It is not attached, not mounted. Let's get back to our Windows server. You can see it's still added. Now I'll create an access list on the server. Okay. And let me show you what I'm going to do here. I'm going to take the IQN name of this Windows server, which is this one. Okay. And I'm going to paste it here. And I'm going to save. Authorized network. Okay. So now that I have the authorized networks and then the IQN name of my Windows Server 12. So I should not be able to, initiate any connection from my Windows 10 machine to my target iSCSI block share. Now let's get back to our Windows 10 machine. This is my Windows 10 machine. Let's try to initiate a connection. You can see here, I'm not able to connect. All right, so that confirms that our access list is working fine. I will minimize this again and then I'll remove the, or maybe I can do one thing. I can allow this particular IQN just to confirm that everything is working fine as per what we have configured. So you can see here, now it is getting connected once I updated the access list for the initiator. And since the device is already, okay, click on auto configure, see, it is already showing the drive because it is already initialized. And you can see here the data that we created last time, I guess. All right, guys, that's all in this video. And please do subscribe to my channel, hit the like button. And if you have any questions, do leave them in the comment section. See you in the next video. Bye bye.